And we're going to start with, instead of a tip, identifying to me what is the most consistent reason that people end up with unexpected tax bills when you're going into the tax season, and that is under withholding. Now, withholding is literally what it sounds like. When you fill out a W-4 for your employer, they ask you all types of information about the makeup of your household. Are you single? Are you married? Do you file married filing separately, married filing jointly? How many children do you have? How many dependents? So you can set your allowances. And based on that information, they estimate how much they think you'll owe in taxes. And they withhold that amount from your paycheck throughout the year. Now, when I look, especially for high income earners, and they get an unexpected tax bill and they're upset with their tax preparer, it often comes back to under withholding. And when you look through how they filled out their W-4 as compared to the structure of their income, it makes a lot of sense. For example, just last week, we had a meeting with a very, very high income earner who was earning well into the levels that would have the highest portion of their income taxed at either 35 or 37%. But this person also had several children, several allowances. They were married, so they filed married filing jointly. So when they filled out that W-4, it makes it look like they shouldn't be paying that much in taxes. They have all of these factors that would reduce the amount that they pay on the income that they earn. And if you looked at what was actually being withheld from their paycheck, it was around 20% or so. So if you're thinking about it, if they're having huge portions of their income taxed at 24, 32, 35, 37%, but they have about 20% being withheld from each dollar of their check, that alone, just from their regular salary, was going to lead to significant under withholding and a significant tax bill that they may be unaware of. But let's assume that the highest portion of your income is taxed at the 24, 32, 35, 37% brackets, and you somehow had the wherewithal to fill out your withholding appropriately, and they're withholding the proper percentages on your day-to-day salary or hourly rate. Well, that doesn't take into consideration what you receive in bonus pay, because in most cases, the standard withholding for bonuses is 22%. So even if a W-4 is filled out correctly and you have higher portions withheld from your paycheck, if your tax rate is higher than 22%, but you have a bonus that's withholding 22%, you could still be in trouble. The same is true if you have equity compensation like restricted stock, where the shares that you are granted, even if you're not receiving them in cash, are taxed to you as income based on the value of the stock when it vests.